Yo, what's going on everyone, cummina here, and I'm going to bring you some straight up game review of Mafia 3. So first of all, I want to start is what I really like about this game is the story and the characters. You play Lincoln Clay that's come back from the Vietnam War with a chip on his shoulder, which makes it interesting. The cast of characters are great around him, and I do like the nods of Mafia 2 with Vito in the game, as I absolutely loved Mafia 2. It has some great action scenes, and it brings in the late 60s with the racist tension scenes and what it was like to live back then as a black person. It has a Netflix like crime doc feel, where it cuts back to the past and present with people and witnesses talking. The intro to the game is really long, but it's great. In some parts it feels like it's Goodfellas with some real good parts like Taxi Driver. It has a great look too, where you play in New Bordeaux, which is based on New Orleans in the game, and certain areas, you know, are your typical suburban, nice looking areas, and some of your others then are your rundown of the mill areas and the swamp levels. It has a great feel in terms of shooting, and nothing beats when you go to or find a KKK rally and you can just absolutely take them out with a shotgun. The shooting in the game feels absolutely great, but in parts the stealth style of the game feels a bit flat, but it's good and fun in parts with the violence in terms of using your knife. The driving for the game is not as great as Mafia 2, where it felt more like a boat style driving of an old car that's moving side to side. This one seems to be a lot more stiff in terms of driving the vehicles, which I'm sure that they probably wanted to change when developing the game to feel like an American muscle car does. The mission structure of the game basically is going around areas around an open world and taking over parts of the city. It does feel great because it feels like you're actually taking down the mob, and whether that's stealing cars, killing mob bosses, taking over rackets. Basically then you get 3 associates that you have to hand them out areas of the city. Now this can be quite difficult in terms of the options, and it affects how these characters react to you in the game as well. So would they stay loyal to you in the areas that you've given, or if you've given more to others, or will they bail out on you and then that becomes another family that you have to deal with. There's a lot of stuff in the open world that you can do, a lot of collectibles. You can call people in via your phone to give you help, so whether that's other mob members, you can call in a van that's got health, ammo, guns, rocket launchers on it as well that you can purchase, and you can also bribe the police as well in certain areas to cut the phone lines for you, to avoid the enemies, which are sentry, which will run off and call for reinforcements, actually being able to do that. The graphic performance is great, and overall in some areas the lighting don't look as great, but in others it does, so it's a bit of a mixed bag here. For our PC players at the moment it is only 30 frames per second, but they did say that they are releasing a 60 frame per second patch very soon for that. The soundtrack is from the late 60s, which is wicked, and I keep hearing new songs for the hours that I've played on the game, so that's great. Personally, I like it, it's fun. It does have some problems, but if you did like Mafia 2 but wanted more to do outside of the story mode, then this is worth a buy. If you haven't played Mafia before and like a story mode, then this is good for you, but if you're looking something along the GTA style or Saints Row, then this game won't be for you. Well, that's Mafia 3 for you, and I'd be interested to see your comments if you've purchased it, or if you want to find some more out on the game. I am currently live streaming as well through the game, so I'm taking everyone through it, so be sure to check that out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.